Hi, and welcome to this week's Periscope tour at the Toledo Museum of Art. I'm your docent for this tour, Jeanne Rudski, and today we're going to be looking at a Venetian work of Venice by a Venetian artist. The artist is Canaletto, and the work is titled View of the Riva degli Schiavoni, Venice. What we're looking at here is a very famous promenade that still exists in Venice today. And if we look at this more closely, you'll notice we see a long line of architecture and then the water in front of it with the activity on the water occurring. The water is actually the Grand Canal, and if we start on the left-hand side at that kind of pinkish building, that's the Doge's Palace, and then we continue right along. Those other buildings, if you would go to Google satellite image of this part of Venice, you will actually see a lot of these buildings in existence today. And that brings up the point and the popularity of Canaletto's paintings. He was a master of what they call the vedute. It's an Italian word for view. But it's a view of the city, and it's so accurate that people enjoy purchasing these on trips to bring them back to their home and show them off where they've been. Essentially, it's a postcard of the trip that they were on.
We have a quick question. Yeah. What year was this painted?
So it's attributed to the 1730s, and this is early-ish in Canaletto's career. He actually will have still a significant chunk of his career after this. And in fact, in the 1740s into 1750s, he travels to England and paints for a while there too. But that, very good question. And if you have more questions, send them in. We love them. Going back to the painting, I guess the question for you as viewers is to think about what's drawing you into this painting, where your eye starts, and then how Canaletto is leading you through the painting. So if your eye maybe enters at that pink building on the left, the Doge's Palace, how is Canaletto then leading you along the painting, and where do you go? And if we go all the way to the other edge, I want to point out something very interesting and have you ponder why he included this. There is a diagonal line here that we can assume is part of a ship that we don't see. But in looking at this, Canaletto could have just as easily left that out of the painting. So we need to think about why he included that. That's your homework for this assignment here. Think about why he included that. And I invite you to come and see this painting in person. It's in the director's conference room. And when you enter this room, you'll also see an artist that influenced Canaletto from Rome, and then also a member of his studio that was a significant artist in his own right, and also his nephew is hanging in here as well. Unless there's any other questions, we'll wrap this up. And I thank you for joining this little tour today at the Toledo Museum of Art, and invite you to follow us through our social media outlets and also come in person and visit. Thank you.